Okay then, you lovely lot. I've got my mate with me today on the basics. What is going on? Jamie, get out. You're too technical. You are not basic enough for this channel.
Richard told me I've got to not go too depth into things.
Actually, we invited him because we're going to the pub after because it's Christmas, isn't it? But we are going to be going through all things winter silvery ground baiting mixes.
We are.
Like
we've done a lot of. I feel like they've evolved quite a lot in the last few years. We do things a bit different.
Yeah, you've always done things a little bit different, haven't you?
Yeah, but they've changed. We understand ground bait more now. Back in the day, it was just Super Crush Expander does everything.
Yeah, but even before that, I was going to say it was like magic, sensors max blend, that's it, job done. That'd just work everywhere.
Yeah.
But yeah, obviously we know more about the fish meals inside the ground baits and all that and what they're doing and what we're trying to create.
I think it's binding for me.
Is it?
Sticky things that I didn't understand.
Well, touch on your one first, and you just mentioned it, Super Crush. Obviously we haven't got Super Crush because we've done that to death, folks, haven't we?
Yes, done lots of Super Crush, which is great for really shallow water skimmers.
Yeah.
4 foot is Super Crush's limit.
Yeah.
You having that?
Are you going to say silty venues as well because it's pretty much breaks up and
out, yes.
Yeah,
yes.
Like that.
Little bit deeper F1 original.
No, hardly any feed, but it's that scent and that
just
aroma.
Crush pellet.
Yeah.
Crush pellet. Brilliant for skimmers when you're fishing with pellet.
Yes.
Yeah. But when natural baits get
Go on,
involved,
Jill,
worms
do
and casters,
yeah,
we need different baits, don't we?
Yes.
I'm going to go down the skimmery route.
Oh,
for
right,
me,
okay.
it's all about skimmers. Odd roach, obviously roach still like it.
Right, is that because that bag says skimmer on it?
Super skimmer.
It doesn't say roach, folks. It says skimmer.
That's what we used to think back in the day. Whatever it said on the bag of ground bait, that's all you caught.
You'd look at the fish species, wouldn't you? Like dace, chub. There's no dace and chub in that.
Yeah,
fish,
I can't use that.
I can't use it.
That's how it used to be. Anyway, no. Now mine is simple.
Yes.
Yes.
Like that.
And it is. This one's always the constant.
Yeah.
50% of this.
Love that.
And I like sieving it off. I like it being very fine.
Be truthful, Jay, lad. How the reason you're using it is because of the smell.
It's probably the best,
so good,
nicest
folks.
smelling one, isn't
Yes,
it?
yes.
Very, very sweet. As it says, that's in my base mix. It makes a very sticky mix.
Yeah, love that.
Then no fish meal in that one.
Yeah.
So it is a skimmer based, lots of sugar sweetness in.
Yeah.
So it can be good for roach on its own.
Yeah.
But the skimmers like that one. But I like to add a bit of fish meal. I think fish meal now, I don't fish any natural venues. It is, they always know what fish meal is. So it needs some.
Yes.
So I put the Thatchers in. Thatchers is very, very rich in food content.
Yes.
There's lots of food in it, lots of bread. Yeah.
Got to be careful with them, yeah.
So that is me. Normally 50-50.
Yeah.
I might go 70-30 if they don't want too much food. Yeah, and I'll either use Thatchers normal or Thatchers dark if I want a really dark mix. This is quite dark as it is, the sweet skimmer. Yeah, but I may want Thatchers dark if it's really, really clear.
See, it used to like really put me off, folks, in the fact that ground bait colourings, I used to like really err away from a clear ground bait in clear water.
A colourful ground bait in clear water.
What did I say?
No such thing as a clear ground bait.
Sorry, a light ground bait in clear water. I'm thinking of the pub, folks, sorry. I'm thinking like a light ground bait in clear water, but that's changed my opinion.
Doesn't bother you too much.
If you watch how the continentals fish, how they fishing, they use like ground bait like that.
Yeah, they're not bothered about the colour.
No, not at all.
No, I think it depends on predators and stuff like that, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Fish don't like being on a silhouette.
Nope.
But anyway, for me, I'll dick about.
Yeah.
And what it creates for me is a very sticky mix.
Yeah.
You have to mix it very carefully. It's not one that you can speed mix. Like with Crush Pellet, we often add all the water in one go, then riddle it off, don't we? You cannot do that with this. I think it's because there's so much bread.
And you're one who wake up in the morning and do it at home, aren't you?
Wake up in the morning. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's that song?
Feeling like V Diddy.
That's it. But best not talk about him.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
He's in lots of trouble, isn't he? So it needs mixing slowly. It probably needs mixing 4 times, 3 or 4 times.
Mixing slowly.
Little bit of water.
Yeah.
Whiz it up. Leave it 10 minutes.
Right.
Come back 10 minutes later. A little bit of water. Little bit at a time. Whiz it round. Probably once you've done it 4 times and it really does feel sticky, then you put it through riddle. Then it's done.
Yeah, and that's it. Done. Dusted.
Gives me a lovely mix that can be very sticky. Carries lots of bait.
Yeah.
Lots and lots of worms I can put in it, and it still binds really, really sticky. Almost looks like paste when you give it.
Yeah.
But as well, I can put it in a little bit of a squeeze, and it'll spread out nicely, be nice and attractive, and I can do a bit of both of it. So that is my winter silver mix. What are you going to do?
Right, so I am 100% sticking with my ever faithful Super Sweet. You know how obsessed I've been with this, Jay.
It's this year, or is it?
I mean, I got into it late last year because I saw Kaylee use it. I'm like, that looks amazing. She's always on about how good it smelled.
Yeah.
So I thought I'm going to use that.
Have a dabble of that.
like been ridiculous. I've used it since I want to say like October last year, but all through like earlier this year, and then coming into sort of like what we're saying October, all the way through winter. That is my #1 go-to mix, folks. It's mixes lovely and dark, and it smells. It's pretty much identical to that, but it's got fish meal in. That is the only difference. It's pretty much, it is the same ground bait,
similar,
but it's just got the fish meal in. And it's just phenomenal bait. To that though, so the fish are feeding pretty confident, and I know there's obviously skimmers, bream to go for, pretty much everything, to be honest with you. I will always mix it 50-50 with Thatcher's green.
Do you? Now, never used the green.
Have you not used the green? No. Again, it's going to be similar to that.
Yeah.
But obviously it just makes that makes that a little bit darker. But what it does, obviously, it irons. I mean, this is a good binding ground bait anyway, folks. But when you put that to it as well, it's like ridiculous.
Is it very sticky if it wants to be?
Mix it however you want. It's so versatile. You can mix it however you want. I do mine a little bit different to Jay Lad in the fact that I always forget in the morning to mix my ground bait. So as soon as I get to my peg, the first thing I do is do my ground bait.
With a whisk?
Not with a drill. I don't actually, I don't do it with a drill. You can't do it with a drill. I don't. You can't do it with a drill because of the vibrations. So mix it, then get your gear set up, come back to it, put a little bit more water to it. And again, I want it the same consistency of what Jay's just taught you through,
Like wet sand.
Really over wet sand, isn't it? Yeah. And then when you go back to it again, then it feels like it won't take any more water. That's when you put it through a riddle. 3mm, 4mm riddle, whatever you want. And then that's it. It's good. It's good to go. Now, the thing I do different as well, Jay, this year and into last year, it was since we went out with Bagger on Bradshaw's, was using stodgy ground bait. Flipping it, folks, it's just worked so well for me.
By stodgy ground bait, you mean ground bait that you think it's spoiled? Borderline, isn't it? It's got that much water.
Yes.
It's nearly paste.
100%. Now, you can't mix it straight out the bag, put water in it like that. 100%, you've got to mix it first, how you want it. So like damp over wet, put it through a riddle, and then you take a bit out, put it in a tub, and then carry on mixing water to it. And you get that stodge consistency. Now, just break little balls off, put that in it, just then fish attack it. But then obviously you go back, you've got your normal mix there. If you just want to put it in loose to attract the fish, is that instant cloud, or you want to get it down to the bottom. So versatile, these mixes, folks. But with these ground baits that we've covered, that will do you for absolutely everything, won't it?
Yes.
Commercial wise.
They will catch everything.
And even on naturals.
Any water as well, any depth of water.
Yeah.
They'll be spot on, won't they?
Yeah.
With little tweaks in how wet you make them.
Yeah, definitely. But, either prepare it in the morning, which is probably the best. So it is the best. Or if you're forgetful, just do it on about, but make sure it's the first thing you do. It's what we're saying, at least an hour to get right.
It takes minimum half an hour to mix your ground bait. Don't think you need those 3 or 4 steps of adding a little bit of water, 10-minute rest, let it, like you say, the last time you go to it, the 3rd or 4th time, it won't have changed.
No,
and that's when you know it's right.
Yeah.
Really, really simple. We'll do a ground bait mixing one next. Let's do a ground bait mixing video very soon.
I'd just like to sniff the ground bait.
So it smells nice, yeah. So there's our winter silvers mixers. Try them, and hopefully it catches you loads and loads of fish.
Go on, Jay Lad.